So, what are the contents of Unit 1? So, let's get into the book slowly. Unit 1 is about animals. There are two listenings. There's a video about wildlife conservation. When we are going to listen in these listening exercises, we will focus on some listening skills. We will focus on some vocabulary, word families. There is a little grammar about models for obligation and suggestions, have to, have got to, should, etc. And this is important for contrasting ideas. We will all talk about it. The last two are pretty important. This book is not about general English. This book is about academic English. And in academic English, thinking and creating ideas is important. So in Unit 1, we will focus on how to give examples to support an opinion. And at the end, there will be a speaking task, and the task will be about using animals for entertainment. Should it be banned or not banned? At the end of this unit, you will hopefully be able to speak about this for a few minutes. This information can be found on pages 4 and 5 of the book. So, let's go into the book. If you look at page 14 and 15, you will see a large picture. Unit 1 is about animals. We have to focus on these learning objectives. The learning objectives the learning objectives are watching and listening to a video about wildlife organization. We will focus on listening skills and maybe taking notes. Speaking skills to talk about general beliefs, general opinions, and there is a task at the end, which we talked about it before. But first of all, let's let's start thinking about the world of animals. For example, if you look at this picture, this photo, what work are the dogs doing? How do you answer this question by looking at this photograph? When I look at this photo, I see some dogs, a lot of snow, some trees in the background, and there is a something with people on it, and the dogs are pulling this thing. Anyway, this thing is a sled. A sled is used to travel on snow. So, what is the question again? What work are the dogs doing? How can you answer this? Think about this for a while. Even if you don't know what this thing is, you can say that the dogs in the photo are helping people to travel on snow, right? So you don't have to know everything. For example, this word, maybe the word pull, you don't know the word pull, but you can still answer the question by saying things like the dogs are helping people to travel in a difficult environment. Another one. What other types of work can animals do? The question is about animals, not only dogs. So we need to think differently now. What other type of work? So this work is about helping people to travel. Other type of work. Now think about, for example, police work. So how does the police use animals in their work? Some animals help the police to find drugs or weapons. People also use animals for protection. People use dogs to protect their houses from criminals. People use dogs or other types of animals on farms to help them with different types of work. We use cows, or we use cows for, I don't know, for food. Actually, this is wrong because we are talking about work. We need to focus on work. For example, in some countries, people use camels to travel in the desert. In other parts of the world, maybe people use dolphins in police work. So, what other types of work can animals do in your country? If you think about Saudi Arabia, think about this a little. Are animals used for work in your country? If yes, what work do they do in Saudi Arabia? How do you use animals for work? Not for food, for work. So, as you understand, this book, B1 level, is all about thinking, and finding ideas. You have to think of ideas and opinions. That's very important in speaking, also writing. So, as a summary, in the introduction part, we talked about the course book a little bit. We focused on the online workbook and how to get access to the workbook. And actually, I forgot to say this, but in your answers, so if we go back to this page again, if you look at these questions, when you answer a question like this, for example, what other types of work can animals do? A short answer could be types of work: police work, safety, security. These are answers, but these answers are not enough. They are too short. You need to give some extra information, maybe some examples. For example, what other types of work can animals do? Animals can help people to have fun in circuses, for example. Animals can help people to find criminals, especially in the police community. In the police work, they can help the police to find drugs or criminals. Or people keep animals in their homes to protect their house from criminals.